Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are and whenever you're watching this. So, welcome to a very short coloring session. I don't know if I don't think I'm in a public streaming. I set this to be private so I can later on set a premiere video and I can be with you in the chat while we color this. So the link to this book in Amazon is in the description box. So you can click there. There's a link for the USA and there's a link for Canada. So I'm using alcohol markers. They're not the newest or the best, but they're good for this type of paper. It's a little bit thicker than printer paper or photocopy paper. So we're starting to color a bit of the stars. I don't want to color the background yet. It's probably going to be a kind of navy blue or peacock blue. I'll be using chalk pastels for that one. And I'm planning for this coloring session to be around 30, maybe 40 minutes to see how much I can get done. We don't have background music, we just have background noises. It's a Sunday, sunny morning. It's 10 a.m. Mountain Time, but you'll probably see this. I'm thinking maybe around 3 Mountain Time also as a premiere video. So for markers, don't be afraid to use them. Just be very careful with the edges. If you're going to use only markers to color, then you have to be extra careful. As I'm going to be using coloring pencils, Prismacolor Junior, and these ones that are Pentel, kind of scholar grade, it's not really mandatory to be very careful with your lines. Okay. These markers have been reactivated with alcohol. So let me see. Grab a small piece of paper just to keep my hand from being in direct contact. Try to color as fast as you can so you can keep the wet areas wet and you don't get a line or stain. Try not to go over the previous section because it's going to be darker. These markers don't have a lot of ink left. The pigment is normally diluted when you use alcohol, so I'm planning to use color pencils for shadows and other special effects like color reflection or something like that. So that's why I'm not really worrying too much about this. watching the sky because it's getting cloudy and I just need to pay attention in case it rains. I don't have a dryer, so I rely on the sun. I think I can go to nearby stationaries to get individual colors. So I'll probably do that very soon because this one is about to lose all the pigment. But we managed to complete the little girl. Not a very even surface, but even enough to start working with this. Okay, I'm going to push up my drawing. So there you go. I hope you can see this better. I'm going to be testing. Probably make do. Okay. Rotate your drawing if needed to find the most comfortable angle to color. Broad tips are a little bit difficult to handle, so you'd like to be careful. Okay. I'm not sure what this is in the background. Oh, I forgot a star. No, it's the other tip. Please rain. Go away. Okay, I want to use kind of an orange, but as these markers are particularly old, they are like 2 years old. Yeah. They are very unpredictable because I don't know if they have enough ink or not, but let's make do with what we have. Any mistakes or shadows or something, we'll be able to use color pencils or acrylic markers. You see, this is pale pink. I'm just creating flat colors. That's what I want here. Just some flat colors to enhance later. And I think I'm going to use the same thing for some of the details of this girl's uniform. I'm not a fan of artificial intelligence for this, but what can we do? It's just the way it is. Okay. Let's try one of my favorite colors. Oh, and it's dry. Yeah, it's dry. So let me see. Another one in the range, it's not so dry. Okay, let's try this one. Okay. Okay, we can work with this. I think I'm going to change the tip. To hurry up, or my wet area will dry, and it dries fast. That's the disadvantage of having alcohol markers. Either you want some special effects, or you just go over several times to make the color a little bit more intense, like in this case. Okay, there you go. The hair, I'm not going to do much. I'm just going to add some lines to work with later on with highlights and shadows. And some of these, so a little bit black. Okay, there you go. I need some grays, but my grays are almost dry. This one's dry. Let's grab another one. Okay. They're not going to be evenly colored. It's not that they're going to be realistic. Yeah, these parts of the equipment are a little bit, if not very confusing. Okay. Just keep it like that. And let's see if number 71 or 74 are working. Not that much. Okay, but I need the broad tip. Well, kind of works. If your marker it's a little bit dry, like in this case, you can kind of play with certain textures that later you can refine with color pencil. Okay. So here you are. My markers are not just good enough to do the background. That's impossible. Okay. So let's work a little bit of the skin tones. I'm using this. Have to remember this area that is not very even because my marker is drying. I'm going to use a very similar pencil, very similar, but it's not necessarily the same, just to even this out. And of course blend the darker color. Okay, do the same on the other leg. Yeah, this foot is strange. Much better than any other generated images I have used, but still there are certain details that the artificial intelligence has not gotten correct. But this is a cute book with a lot of activities, word searches, and other interactive activities that your kids can do as you're watching the Summer Olympics. Nice. Let's create a little bit more shadow. Same set. These colors are very waxy, so I have to be very careful with my layering, or there will be a limit to how much I can lay down, because this paper doesn't have any tooth. It's very, very smooth. And it has got a limit to how much you can layer. So try to keep your layers very soft. Don't push that much. And just let the color build little by little. If you're watching this on replay, thank you. You're welcome to subscribe. Sometimes I do real live streamings, or I stream with friends on their channels. And this is the first time I'm attempting private recording. So later this can be set to premiere on YouTube. Okay, so we're going to leave the skin like that. Okay, why? Because we still need to work a little bit of the reflected light and things like that. So for the hair, I don't have any references with me. So I'm kind of going to invent a little bit of highlights. Very, very dark hair sometimes produces blue reflections combined with some white. Don't color your hair flat, do it with small strokes following the pattern. Very, very light pressure, because anyway this is not realistic hair. It's just kind of a manga anime style thing, but not colored in a realistic way. I'm going to do the same with the black. Pentel are not waxy colors, they are dry, so they are good for this very smooth surface, because you can start with a very light pressure and then build around the hair strands that you have until you get to something a little bit resembling to hair. Very lightly go over the blue area, but not totally. This area is a little bit tricky because it doesn't have a separation line, so I have to create it. I hope I don't make a mistake. It's better to go section by section, small details building up. Okay. Looks okay. Let's move on to Prismacolors. I always recommend to have your Prismacolors sharpened like this and not pointy like this. Otherwise, they're going to be breaking and breaking and breaking. Here, I'm just going to go into the dark areas close to her ponytail. This color is very creamy and it will saturate very fast this paper. So don't push too hard. We'll lay down. Track of my timing. These banks are a little complicated, so I don't have to overdo these. So I think it looks fair enough. I'll show you. And I think I can maybe work with this color. Sorry, I thought I heard my phone with instant messages, but or WhatsApp or something. No, it's something different. You can use any marker to put flat base colors. Watercolor markers, regular markers. If you're going to add color pencil on top of it, it really doesn't matter if you have uneven strokes. They can also help you with clothes texture or natural textures like wood, grass. You name it, you can just have fun and play. Okay, let me see. For this part, I think I'm going to be using a very intense pink Prismacolor Junior. They're good for things like this in coloring books. If you have Premiere Prismacolor or if you have polychromos, don't waste them on coloring book paper. Use real good paper with a lot of tooth for those pencils. Okay, there you go. I don't know if you could hear the plane. I'm very close to the airport, like 15 miles or yeah, I think it's like 15 miles more or less. 18 kilometers, not that far away. Let's not use black for the shadows here. Let's use the darkest purple that you have, or kind of an indigo. Okay. So this is what we did in 40 minutes. I'm going to be updating this one on Instagram. You can go to my information page and find my link to Instagram there. I'll be working with the background, with all the equipment here, of course, the ground, and as soon as I have all that, I'll try to work with the reflected light and something like that. So I hope you like it. I hope that you had fun if you saw the premiere in the chat. And remember to subscribe, to share, to show this video around if you like to mix colors and do beautiful things like that. So thank you very much, and I'll see you around. Bye.